Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about some newly shown McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, and this time we have the line from the Batman movie. I'm so very excited about this. The line is comprised of three standard figures along with one vehicle. I'm very excited for the new movie. I have to say it's one of my most anticipated comic book movies coming out. It's right up there with Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to all of those. And this is definitely in that top three most excited comic book films. The new trailer from Fandom I thought was fantastic, really enjoyed it, and it was great to see these new accompanying figures and start to get some of the merchandise for the film, which is awesome. So let's talk about it here. I'm going to be going through all of these, the three figures and the vehicle all together. So here's kind of a grand shot of the vehicle and everything it includes. As you can see, it's the Batcycle essentially. Batman's motorcycle basically, and more so Batman's motorcycle than any other kind of iteration previously, because this is very much like a motorcycle look. Obviously, being a younger Batman, his vehicles have some flair, but they are, still very much vehicles. They're a motorcycle and a car, and they're not quite to the level of, insane kind of branding that Batman is known to have with his vehicles. But as you can see, you get the vehicle itself. You have an extra hand for the figure that actually can hold on to the handle then a lot better. It's a hand specifically made for that. Now I'm hoping that he has another hand to hold it on both sides very well. It's just weird that they only would give you one, so I am assuming that that's the case, that you'll get a hand for both. Just one already comes with the Batman figure. And then a little stand to support it. Obviously, being just kind of a two-wheeled motorcycle like this, it can, fall side to side, and you get the standard card as always. Front view of the motorcycle. It looks very cool. Obviously it is, again, like I mentioned, a little closer to your average motorcycle than most of the Batcycles that they've made previously. It has some nice detailing though. I like the engine pieces. I like the coloring on them. I think it looks quite good. And the exhaust pieces on the bottom I think look quite nice as well. Maybe a little bit more scuffing and dirt on the tires would be neat. The tires look a little clean. Like as you can see there, it looks very clean. While some of the engine pieces, they look like they're a bit worn, so it would have been nice if the level of detail was a bit better when it comes to the paint job on the tires. But overall, it's got a slick look to it. As you can see, you can get Batman on it. It's looking quite good, quite natural. And I think there's another shot, yeah, where he looks like he's looking up pretty good too. So overall, I think that the figure is, at least from these photos, more than capable of riding this in a way that actually looks natural. Here's it in packaging. It looks pretty big in packaging. It looks bigger in packaging than the photos themselves. And, unless the packaging just is a little bit shorter than the other Batcycle packaging. But I feel like if the packaging is the same size as the previous Batcycles, then this is going to be a pretty decent size piece. Overall, it looks very cool. Retails for $30, which I think the other ones retail for a little less, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the other ones are like $25. I would have liked to see that kind of price range on this one, but I think overall, $25 I've always thought was a great price. So $30 is a perfectly fine price for it. Moving on to the figures, starting off with Robert Pattinson's Batman himself. Overall, I think it looks quite good. I think that McFarlane, they make some great figures. When it comes to doing actual human head sculpts, I think that they're pretty bad. Any of their like Suicide Squad ones that weren't wearing masks just did not look great. But with Batman here, although you do have some of his actual skin, his actual face, you've got a helmet for the rest. So I still don't think it's great. I don't think it looks perfect, but it looks decent. It looks good enough, I think, just face sculpt wise. The actual body, the suit, I think it looks fantastic. This look in general, it's almost like a more grounded and a little less high-tech version of the Arkham Knight suit, because it very much has the strong paneling, which I think is very cool. Overall, the design I think looks awesome. Accessory-wise, pretty limited. Oh yes, so he does come with that one hand that's specifically meant for that. I wish that he came with some more hands. Obviously, having a hand that can hold either the motorcycle handle or this, gun there, the grappling hook, is great, but I would like something interchangeable, because if you don't have him doing either of those, maybe a fist would be nice, or just kind of relaxed palm. Or actually, you can see this hand holds the grappling gun done too. So wish that he came with a pair of fists. I think it's crazy not to get Batman with a pair of fists. Come on now. Overall, though, really nice looking figure. Articulation looks pretty solid too. Articulation with these McFarlane figures are usually pretty good. They can be hindered in places, but the actual level of joints are usually quite nice. And there he is in package. You know, it would have been cool if there was a Build-A-Figure for this series. It would have been awesome if they added another figure and then had the Batcycle be the Build-A-Figure or something of that nature. That would have been really neat. Or even Penguin. Penguin would be a cool Build-A-Figure. Here we have Catwoman. Overall, I think that this is the weakest of the three, to be honest. I think that, you know, they're trying to get her proportions and that hourglass figure, but they went a little too extreme with it. I think that she looks unnatural. So I wish that they bulked this up a little bit. You know, you can still have the hourglass figure, but make it realistic proportion-wise. Instead, she has the smallest waist I've ever seen, but some pretty broad shoulders, so it looks very strange. This one's definitely the one that I would say is a bit of a disappointment. Also, that there's no unmasked head sculpt. Now, like I stated before, McFarlane's not great with unmasked head sculpts, but I feel like 90% of this movie, if not more, she will not be wearing the mask like this. I feel like she'll wear the mask like this for a couple key scenes to, you know, kind of show the Catwoman style mask. But overall, I think that I would probably prefer an unmasked head sculpt just for display in general. So I'm glad that she comes with the masked head sculpt, but I wish that she came with unmasked as well. And unfortunately, you only get the one. Now, McFarlane, they're kind of notorious for doing variants. So who knows, maybe down the line they'll do a variant with an unmasked head sculpt that's exclusive to some retailer, something like that. They do that quite a bit. Accessory-wise, she comes with the whip, base, and card. Would have liked some different accessories, because she has a fist and then an accessory for holding the whip. How about some just open, aggressive claw hands? You know, that seems like a no-brainer. So, you know, they're kind of not doing great when it comes to their selection of hands. But what are you going to do? Overall articulation looks like it'll be quite good on her. It looks like there's a pretty intense upper torso ball joint, so that's nice. But yeah, overall, just proportions look a little strange. The head sculpt being masked is a bit of a disappointment as well. So this is one that I definitely want character-wise. Figure-wise, I don't think it looks great. And then the last one, we have the Riddler being the main antagonist of the film. I am very excited for the portrayal of Riddler in this film, and I think that I am incredibly excited for the figure as well. So this figure, same kind of issue with Catwoman, is that he comes with the masked sculpt. Would have liked an unmasked sculpt as well. And again, we might get it down the line as a variant, but I would have liked that with this one. Overall, though, I think that this looks like a pretty strong figure. Articulation-wise, the only thing, you know, that I can say about it is when it comes to the torso, I think that it will be limited. He probably has the joints, but with the kind of jacket being all one piece and all sculpted together when it comes to the torso, it'll probably be a bit limited there. But other than that, articulation looks quite good. As far as his accessories and hands, so I think that the hands are pretty decent because he's got one hand for holding the weapon and then one fist. So for Riddler, I think that that's an okay assortment. I would have liked a couple of different accessories though, because he comes with this weapon, but having like an envelope with a question mark on it, that would have been great. And also, how about this accessory that they actually took a photo for the card but didn't give you, you know, like a roll of tape, or, you know, like a fake roll of tape, of course. That would have been really cool. That one's probably an easy one to recreate, but nonetheless, it would have been nice if they included it. Would have been a really easy accessory. Overall, though, looks quite nice. I like the head sculpt a lot. It almost looks like he's wearing a mask, and then there's tape, like, holding it all together, because he's got, like, this clear plastic look over his hair and his ears, and you see this even better when it comes to the statue that they're releasing. So I think that that's just a fascinating look, and obviously the design is very much based off of the Zodiac Killer from real life. But overall, I think that the figure looks really nice. This is the one I'm most looking forward to because I'm a big villain fan. And I've been waiting to see a live-action Riddler, like, in a modern age, you know, for quite a while. So, very excited to finally get that look. after quite a long time. So there you go. And then they did one thing I'll maybe just show here. Won't talk about it much, but they are doing some statues. They're doing one from one of the Batman, and then one of Riddler. I like the Riddler one. I like that he's got the tape, and I'm not a big fan of the base though. The bases I think look awkward. I definitely would like different bases, but overall the statues are kind of neat. And Batman ones here. Yeah, you know, they're not great. They're not, you know, high end. They're in that medium range where they're definitely better than your, you know, just standard Diamond Select kind of cheaper statues. But they're not quite to the level of Iron Studios or Sideshow or any of the very expensive ones. But they're a little pricey. They're kind of Iron Studios price range. However, I don't think that they look as good as Iron Studios statues, to be honest. But there you go. That's my thoughts on the DC McFarlane, the Batman wave. I'm very much looking forward to this wave. I have them all on pre-order, including the vehicle. And I pre-ordered them anyway, just by themselves. But then McFarlane, on their personal website, they actually had a bundle for all of them that was at a bit of a discount. So I switched my pre-order over to there. So hopefully, ordering it directly from the source, hopefully I'll get it on the first batch, basically. Hoping that this isn't the end of the line, though. Again, would like to get kind of variants of Catwoman and Riddler that are unmasked. I would love a Penguin, and then there could be surprise characters in the movie that we'd like to get as well. But nonetheless, I think that this is a great start, and I just hope it's not the only figures that we'll receive. But there you go. That's my thoughts on this new McFarlane Batman series. Let me know what you guys think of it, and thanks so much for watching.